What is going on, guys? I am SceptileMC here, George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you something completely different out of the blue. If you guys follow me on Twitter, and if you don't already, really appreciate if you did. Little plug right there, I guess you would say. I do post a lot of stuff on Twitter about my Showdown lives that are going up, as well as just GBA stuff, and just everything around my channel I do post on Twitter, so go follow me on Twitter. Other than that, if you do not follow me there, then you have no idea what this video is about. I joined another league. Wow, I never thought I would join anything other than the GBA, but I did actually request to go into the PPL because the PPL is a very competitive draft league, just like the GBA is, and keep me kind of on my game for the next GBA season when it comes out. Although, unfortunately, it does start just as the playoffs are starting in the GBA, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. But this video is not talking about the GBA or anything like that. It's talking about my draft and what I decided to draft in the PPL. Going into it, I had the mindset of, what do I want to try that I haven't tried yet? I didn't want to use too many things that I've used before. I've gone through 4 total seasons of draft, gone through 2 D-League seasons, 2 GBA seasons now. And it's very safe to assume that I've used a lot of Pokemon, and I have not used many duplicates. And I'm going to try to follow that theme the entire way with this. And I had a very hard problem choosing what I wanted in the first round, whether it was Mew, Latios, Jirachi, Mega Medicham. I didn't know what I wanted to build my draft off of. And eventually, I decided if it ever fell to me, I was round 7, by the way, or not round 7, I was pick number 7 in the draft order. If it ever fell to me, I'm going to pick Jirachi. It's a Pokemon I haven't used at all in Smogon play on Pokemon Showdown. I haven't used it in draft. It's something that I find really unique and just really incredible as well. And what do you guys know? It actually fell to me in the first round. I got Jirachi, and I'm incredibly happy with this pick. It has the you always have a chance to win if you have Jirachi on your team. If you run a Choice Scarf Jirachi, you always have that small chance that you're going to Iron Head flinch every single goddamn Pokemon into the ground. So I was just like, well, if I always have a chance to win with Jirachi, might as well draft Jirachi, right? It has base 100 stats across the board, access to a plethora of moves. And when I say a plethora, I mean this man's move pool is right under Mew's. I know Mew has access to all TM, so it's much better in that sense, but Jirachi has that extra typing of Steel type as well, which means it counters Latios, it counters any Fairy type, it counters other Steel types. It's an amazing Pokemon in draft, and one I was really looking forward to trying to build all the teams around. It can go defensive, especially defensive, Wish, has recovery, Heal Bell, has access, fucking Iron Head, Heart Stamp, you go special with Calm Mind, you could... Does it get Trick Room? It probably gets Trick Room. You could throw Trick Room on there if you wanted to. But, yeah, guys, that was my first round pick. And now, on my second round pick, I had a very hard time choosing as well because I was stuck between a few mons. Now, Manaphy actually Manaphy almost fell to me again, actually. I had it, D-League Season 1, I had Manaphy. And then I just traded for Manaphy in this season of the GBA. So I decided if it fell to me, Jirachi, Manaphy, Core sounds like it's going to just win the whole league right there. But the pick before me got taken, and then I was stuck. Do I want Zapdos, do I want Salamence, or do I want Volcanion? And eventually I decided on Salamence, the Pokemon that dashed my GBA championship hopes last season, in Season 5 when I lost to A-Drive because of Draco Meteor's Salamence. Fantastic coverage, yes, but fantastic synergy in general with Jirachi. Takes the ice moves, the fire moves, and the ground moves that all damage Jirachi. The only thing it doesn't take is the dark moves, but we will patch it up with the next pick. Salamence on its side, it can't take dragon, ice, or fairy moves, all of which are resisted by Jirachi. They both have base 100 speed, so they're incredibly fast mons. Access to Intimidate, Moxie, Defog, Dragon Dance. And for some reason, I've never drafted Salamence before, so I figured it'd be a great mon to add to the team, a great mon to try out, and I have a solid core of Rocks and Defog if I want to run it. I can run Choice Scarf on either of these mons, I can run Band on either of these mons, Specs. Both of these mons just do a vast numerous isn't even a good combination together, but vast numerous plethora. I'm saying all the words that mean a lot that I know, but they do a lot of things that other Pokemon just can't do, and they do it in some of the best ways. Especially defensive Jirachi and physically defensive Salamence is going to be one of the hardest cores to break down. So after that, I was looking at the mons and I'm like, okay, what do I want to take now? I need something for dark. I need something for ice, kind of, I guess you could say. Just something that overall would bring the team together. And I thought, you know what? I have Steel and Dragon so far. Might as well add a fairy type in there to complete the core. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to add another type, I want it to be a dual type because, I mean, Clefable was already taken. I'm not going to take Clefable. I don't want Florges. And then I was also thinking, do I want a bulky water? I was thinking maybe Rotom W. I couldn't get Manaphy, so maybe Rotom W, Keldeo. And then it hit me. Why don't I just go Azumarill? And that's what I decided to do in my 3rd round pick. Azumarill has fantastic, really just completely synergizes perfectly with the core I have right now, as well as it's a great stepping stone to build a Fire, Water, Grass core in the future with it. So overall, Azumarill is more of an offensive pick, it's more of a bulky offensive pick. But if I need to, if need be, I can just run a thick fat set, run max defensive, and just use. I can just spam Scald with this thing. If it comes down to it. But of course, the Belly Drum set, the Banded Aqua Jet, the Life Orb, the Assault Vest, overall a fantastic Pokemon. One I haven't used in draft either, but has been used against me extremely effectively in the past. So, once again, really looking forward to using it, and I've completed my Steel Dragon Fairy core, very bulky core, and then I was thinking, you know what? Let me now branch off this. I was stuck between 2 mons. Do I want Roserade or do I want Tangrowth? I was really going for a Fire, Water, Grass core after this, and I was looking at it, and I'm thinking Roserade for sure. It is going to be a great thing for hazards, for spikes. It's more offensive. I have a very bulky team already, and then it gets taken. So I go to Tangrowth, and I decide to draft it. It was only 10 million, so, oh yeah, I didn't even explain the draft format. That's my bad. I'll put something in the start, or maybe I won't. I'll just have a little, I don't know what I'll do. But, so Tangrowth was worth only 10 million out of the 110 total I have. It's a steal in my opinion. Massive defense, the possibility for massive special defense with Assault Vest. Offensively on both sides, it's incredibly sound. If I want to go as like a bulky pivot, I can. Just Regenerator in general is great. And the synergy I have right now with my team is phenomenal. You're not going to be able to break down this team. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep it that. My mons are incredibly offensive and defensive. However, I don't want to run Jirachi as a defensive spread every week. That just defeats the purpose of having a Jirachi. And the same with Salamence, and the same with Azumarill and Tangrowth. I don't think they are 100% sound defensive mons, and I want to build one like final piece of a core that's gonna assist them. So I was looking around after that, and I'm going, okay, I have one Defogger, and it's Mence. I'm not gonna run Defog on Mence every week. I don't even know if I'm gonna want to run Defog on Mence at all. So I was thinking, what can I draft that's going to help me with hazards? And I'm looking at my team as well. I'm like, I don't have many hazard setters either. So coming to that, I was also looking at my possibility of knockoff weakness. While Azumarill is a switch into knockoff, it doesn't appreciate having its item knocked off. I don't think any Pokemon does. So my next choice is a Mega Pokemon, and we decided to draft Megasab. So I've never used Megasab in draft form. I don't use it in Smogon play either. But I was looking at it, and I'm like, you know what? It blocks Spin. It blocks all forms of hazards and Toxic and like Burn and stuff like that. It takes knockoffs. It's immune to fighting. And it does its job phenomenally. It can be Calm Mind, it can be more offensive, but it's more going to be on my team, a more staple for it. I'm going to be able to bring it as a more defensive mon, not have to run Defog, not have to run even hazards, because if they want to get up hazards, phenomenal for me, because you're not getting past my Mega Sableye. I'm sorry, but it's not going to let the hazards get up on the field at all. I don't care. You're not getting up hazards versus my team with Mega Sableye. And so that's that, guys. That is the Mega Sableye, and right now my team is bulk. My team is bulk to the extreme, and don't ask me why I decided in the draft, you know what, my team isn't bulkily sound enough yet. I need more bulk, and that was my mindset going into the next one, and I decided on the next Pokemon, and guys, I apologize for this next pick. I really do, because I got Mega Sableye, Tangrowth, Mence, Jirachi, even Azumarill, and then my next mon is Porygon 2. So I've completed the Mega Sableye Porygon 2 core, or Mega Sableye Chansey core, some people would call it, but Porygon 2 is much better than Chansey in my opinion, even though Violet getting knocked off could be completely detrimental to my plan. Mega Sableye is the knockoff taker. It is the OG knockoff taker. And now with Porygon 2, with the offensive capabilities, the extreme defensive capabilities of this Pokemon, I can really take hits, I can deal back, I can go with some bulky offense and recovery. I got Trick Room on this thing. I got a relatively slow team so far, so Trick Room could be brought, of course. Never say never, guys. With P2, you get Incredible Stab, you get a few good abilities. You get Trace, you get a Download, and you get the Analytic. Analytic's a very cool ability, one I'm very looking forward to using with like a Life Orb or something on P2. Don't think I'm going defensive P2 every time. I have a lot of bulky mons on my team that are going to be filling a defensive role. Don't think P2 or Mega Sableye is going to be defensive every week. Mega Sableye might just go max special attack one week and be like, bitch, what are you taking a Dark Pulse from? Or max attack Adamant knockoff. What the hell are you going to do versus my Mega Sableye? But yeah, guys, so that is that next pick. And going on from them, I was looking at my team, and I'm like, I don't think I could have built a more bulky team at this point. So I decided my next picks, well, actually, at this point, I thought I did my math wrong on my points. And I had 110 points to start, and I thought I was at 31 points at the end of Porygon 2. Turns out I had 22 points. So that was just a huge mindfuck for me, and I was just thinking, okay, well, now my plan is out the window. I need some very good low-cost picks that are just going to be steals for me. And I'm going through my team, and I'm like, okay, what do I not have? I don't have an electric type. I don't have a fast electric type, which I love to have on my teams. I have Electabuzz currently. I had regular Rotom before. I do like the fast electrics, and I feel a lot of fast electrics do not have to be the best of their kind. You don't need Raikou every time to have the best electric. You don't need Jolteon. I have Electabuzz on my team right now in the GBA, and it's doing phenomenally. So I was just looking around, and I see for 4 million, measly 4 million, is Manectric. And I draft it. I immediately take it. I don't want anyone else taking it. I need this Pokemon. It has 105 base speed. It's immune to electric types. And it has access to some of the best coverage in the game in the form of Volt Switch, T-Bolt, got HP Ice in there, obviously, and then Flamethrower. Flamethrower and Overheat are the two moves that really sealed the deal for me there. I don't need to worry about the Focus Blast against the Steel types or anything. I go for Flamethrower and I go for Overheat. You run a few cool sets with it. It's very one-dimensional, but aren't all fast electric types one-dimensional? The only ones that actually do anything different are the Heliolisk, which is 12 million, I think, and then the Raikou, which is like 15 million, and I didn't have the money to spend on those. So other than those two, I really think just getting a low-cost fast electric is the best thing for my team, putting me down to around 17 million, I think, or around there. Maybe I was at 22 after Manectric. Not positive about that, but it was something like that. But yeah, so now after Manectric, I was just like, okay, my team's still bulky. I don't need bulk. I need power. I need destruction. And I'm going through the picks, and I'm like, low cost. What can I get? And I was looking at my team, and I realized I still have some kind of a speed problem. I still have a problem dealing with, like the fast setup sweepers. If a person goes +1 versus me, I could have a huge problem on my hands. So I decided to go with Hitmonlee as my next pick. Now, Hitmonlee is not only one of the most potent physical attackers in the game, just with a reckless high jump kick in general, but is also one of the best of the setup sweeper stoppers that I know because of Fake Out, Unburden, and the normal gem. I can activate my Unburden whenever I want in a game to stop a sweep, and that's what I like about it. If a Pokemon's Choice Scarf, he's going to sweep me. If he's going to go maybe +2 or +1 with Dragon Dance or something, I can still outspeed after Fake Out, which is great. Go for Fake Out, go for High Jump Kick, Reversal, whatever I want to do, and just take him out from there. So overall, the Hitmonlee is a very good value. I think I got it for 7 million. Access to a lot of different moves. I did use it in D-League Season 2. It actually ended up getting like 8 kills in like 2 games for me. So the games I bring the Hitmonlee, it's going to have a very specific role. It's going to fulfill that phenomenally. So Hitmonlee overall, very excited to use it again. It's one of the phenomenal Pokemon that I'm very happy to draft again. Usually I try to stay away from a doubling up on my drafts, but Hitmonlee, I couldn't not pick it. It was there, it was sitting pretty there. It's got the knockoff, the Blaze Kick, the Earthquake, the Stone Edge, the Bullet Punch, the Fake Out, the Mach Punch, the Sucker Punch. I assume it has all the elemental punches as well. But, so yeah, guys, that is that next pick. And going on, at this point, I'm just thinking, oh, and it also has access to Rapid Spin, in case you guys did not actually know that. So, Rapid Spin is also an option that could be brought. But if you guys did not know at this point, I really stopped caring about bulk a long time ago, and I'm just going for power. And I was looking around and I'm going, what is my next pick going to be? And I was looking and I'm like, what have I not tried? And what is my team lacking? And I realized I started to build a Fire Water Grass core, but I never finished it. And at that point I was like, you know what? Let's finish the Fire Water Grass core, and let's finish it in style though. Let's draft our boy Typhlosion. So Typhlosion is very well known for one specific reason, and that is Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs Eruption. And with Megasab on my team, just knocking away the hazards at every single corner, not allowing rocks to get up, Typhlosion could be putting in a lot of work in my matches, and a lot of people aren't going to have reliable switch-ins to a Choice Specs Eruption. Not a lot of people are going to be able to switch into that Pokemon. It's a very good mon, and even after I lose like 25% of my health, just go for Fire Blast then. Fire Blast does the job just fine too. Pretty one-dimensional mon, but I'm not going to be bringing it every week. It's not a mon that's going to be coming in every other, or like every week going in like Typhlosion, let's go, MVP, like MVP race. I don't expect it to be up there. I expect it to come in maybe 4 or 5 games out of the season and just do its job reliably, and that's all I can ask from Typhlosion right there, guys. So I drafted Typhlosion. I complete the Fire Water Grass core, even though it's kind of makeshift at the end. It's more creative, my more like offensive mons, I guess you could say. But even though I'm saying offensive mons, Azumarill and Tangrowth, they're not just offensive mons, they're incredibly bulky mons as well. So yep, and then after this, I had 4 million left. Only 4 million, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what do I want? And I was stuck on this pick for so long, I had no idea what I wanted to pick. I could have gone for a ground type, because I don't have a ground type, or I could have gone for Muck. I was thinking about Muck, I was thinking about Marowak, and then I was also thinking of Crustle. Now, Muck is a phenomenal Pokemon for my team, but my team is already bulky enough. I know Marowak and Crustle, I guess you could call them bulky, but they're not there taking hits like a Muck is with its typing and everything. And also, I didn't want to have another ground weakness. I would have drafted 3 ground weak mons in the span of, I think, 4 picks, so I decided against Muck. And I was looking at the Marowak, and I'm like, Marowak is just not, I'm sorry, it's not a good Pokemon. It's not doing anything on my team. And then I looked at Crustle, and I decided to go with Crustle. And the reason I went with Crustle, guys, is because I don't have many hazards on this team. I have 1 Stealth Rock Setter, and that's my Jirachi, and then Megasab is a pseudo Stealth Rocker and Spiker and T-Spiker, I guess you could say. But Crustle allows me to run very offensive teams, as well as have it in the back for a Shell Smash Sweeper. In general, just a hard hitter. Well, I don't think I'll be bringing Crustle a lot. The weeks I do bring it, it might just be having the Q-Step Berry, rocks and spikes and rocks and spikes, and then I kill things because I have a lot of power on my team. If I can hazard stack now, and that's kind of what I wanted for my last pick, is like something that can fulfill a role that really have to spend an expensive amount of money on, and Crustle really just kind of fit the bill for that. And yep, guys, that is it. That is my PPL Division 1, by the way. I never said I was in D1. I am in D1. Season 4 draft. So, guys, leave your comments down below on what you think about the draft, guys. If you think it's good, if you think it's bad, if you think I need to make changes, whatever you guys want to do, you can leave your comments down below. I know I don't have the fastest team. My fastest mod is base 105, but I am more relying on the bulk I have, as well as the fact that my fast electric, when do you not run Manectric Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs? When do you not run Typhlosion Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs? When am I not going to run a Moxie-Ments in the back with Choice Scarf? When am I not going to run a Scarf Jirachi? My Choice Scarfers that I have the option to run are very good at their roles for a reason. So I'm not concerned at all. I also have the Hitmonlee in the back. I go for Fake Out, I get Unburdened, and all of a sudden I'm at like 500 speed. and I outspeed everything, and I outspeed the whole game, and I win. So, yep, guys, that is the draft for PPL D1 Season 4. So, guys, if you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate a comment, like, rate, or subscribe. Do not forget to leave a comment down below about what you think of the draft, guys. But anyways, guys, I am San Francisco. I am SceptileMC George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.